everybody, and welcome back to the Helix. Today on the Helix, we're obviously going to be talking about Theros, but I want to say first that I'm sorry that the Helix missed from the Vault 20, but we're back now, and we've got more content, so let's get back to it. Theros is going to be our November through April block, and it's going to feature the mythological and the monstrous. Theros is featuring a reprint of some of my favorite cards, such as Thoughtseize, which is right now $60, and it's great to see this reprinted. It is confirmed as a rare though, so the price of Thoughtseize might be smaller, but in a couple years we might see it back at that price tag. Theros marks the debut of several keywords that are very interesting, along with some good ones too, that we've had from the past, such as Scribe that you saw in the previous slide. But in this one, we see the World Eater, 5/5 for 4 mana, featuring the ability Monstrosity, which in its case is for X, you need to put +1/+1 counters on it. But its ability coincides with the monster's ability, allowing him to do damage and quote-unquote fight other monsters on the field. Although Monstrosity is a very powerful ability and can get your creatures up to huge heights, it's also very flavorful. Along with Monstrosity, we're seeing another keyword which features an ability from the past, and it is called Devotion, which basically takes into account the black, in this case, symbols in your field. So, in the case of Overlord, he's a 6/6 7-drop flying that gets a 1/1 bat for each black symbol on your board. Now, this keyword is obviously to take advantage of the god cards that are coming out in this set as well, which will feature Devotion as a keyword on each of them, I believe. We see our first god in the form of Thassa, god of the sea, and she is a legendary enchantment creature god, which is a pretty big mouthful, but she is the only creature enchantment that we've had since Time Spiral, and we're happy to have her. Thassa does feature Devotion, but it's a negative effect in this case, as she needs a Devotion of 5 in order to be a creature still. But she packs a punch as a 5/5 for 3 that's indestructible. But where the money is her upkeep ability, which allows you to scry 1. Her activated ability for 2, which gives your creatures unblockability, is very powerful as well. But with every god comes a trademark weapon, in this case, Bennett of Thassa, which is a legendary enchantment artifact that whenever a creature you control deals damage to a player, you may draw a card. But it also has the Goblin Diplomat activated ability. This card is powerful, but I think it lacks the necessary speed to become viable for an aggro deck that would take full advantage of it. Bow of Nylea has seen a lot of talk lately, as it's basically a 3 mana better trading post. What it does is it gives all your creatures attacking Death Touch, so that'll make combat hard, but it also has an activated ability that gives 1 of 4 different effects, including a +1/+1 counter, hitting a flyer for 2 damage, gaining 3 life, or even putting cards from your graveyard back on the bottom of your deck. Bow has a lot of powers, and it's going to be well worth the Green Mage's slots. Celestial Archon features our last keyword of the day, being Bestow, which is basically a souped up version of Totem Armor, but instead of saving the equipped creature, it is going to be surviving, and it's going to feature itself as the creature that survives. As a flying first strike that gives +4/+4, it's okay, but I hope that they really push this ability and we see some awesome cards with it. Well, that was this week of Magic. Next week we'll talk about more about the Theros pre-release and the cards that we see between then and now. And as always, Jesus loves you.